Hello viewers, Ohio Airgun Shooter here. I just want to do a quick little video this morning using my Wesson 715 Revolver. It's by ASG, and I was just curious as to how these Crossman high velocity lead-free pellets might work. They're stated as 5.4 grains. I'm just wondering what kind of velocity I can achieve with this CO2 powered replica air gun revolver. Anyhow, I'm gonna use some Crossman pellet gun oil and then a Umarex brand 12 gram CO2 cartridge, and I'm also going to, I just got it, going to be a test of my new cheap, I can get it out of the packaging here, chronograph. Let's get it the right way. So I just went El Cheapo and just curious as to how well it might work with some of my air guns. That's why I have a alternative to my X-Radar chronograph, which only goes up to 698 feet per second. I wanted something that could read beyond that, because I do have some more air rifles that are a lot more powerful than the 698 feet per second. So let me get some batteries in it, and I'll get the Wesson loaded up. If these will even fit in the cartridges. As a matter of fact, I have some right here. I bought extras, but I'm just curious if these will even fit in these cartridges. It's 177, so let me see. I don't know if these will work. Oh, they go in. A little tight, but it's in there. So we'll load up some more, and we'll see what kind of velocities we'll get. I'll try to use up the entire CO2 cartridge and see how many shots we get and at what velocities. So hang tight and I'll get things set up. I'm back. I did get these to load in 6 cartridges. I'll load up some more, but here's my chronograph. It takes 4 AA batteries. It's very lightweight, very small. But not a whole lot inside the battery compartment, and I think everything else is right here. So at least put these in, see if we got power at least. Oh, yeah, it won't work. It's a AAA. How did I grab that? Oh, get out of there. Should have one more up here somewhere. There you are. This just has a tiny little cover on it. A very small screw that doesn't stay in the lid. Try not to lose that. Screw that baby back in. feet per second. All of that. I'll get the rest of it set up and see if we can get it to work. These tiny little screwdrivers. Little screws for the lights. Now, I've been looking at the Caldwell, some of the most, some of the really expensive ones, but come across this. I mean, I've seen reviews of it on YouTube, a lot of different mixed reviews, but they do seem to kind of work. I mean, if you just want some basic information, I mean, if it works, fine. Why not save yourself some money? I mean, it's not like I'm going to be shooting firearms through it. So, just thought I'd give it a try for some air gun shooting, paintball guns, airsoft, see what works. That way I have an alternative to the X radar chronograph. So, let me see. They're pretty tight. Looks like it gives you a few extras. At least I got one more of those. And then it looks like here are these LED lights. Gives you 3 of them. So you get an extra little post and an extra light bar. Pretty cool. Now, I wonder how these light up. Just by battery? Pretty cool. So let me get this together and right. It says here. Should get that right, left. So let me see if I can get it together, and then actually, tell you what. Let me see if I can get it together. Here, we'll move to the table over here. Try to get there. My little screw holder. Has these little tiny screws, I believe. And it comes with a flat tip and a little Phillips. Wow. So I'm sure these will come in handy later for other things as well. Right and left. So guess this would be the right and left like this. If you're standing side by side with it. So let me get these put on. Right, left. Right, left. Or let's take a look here. Let's take a look at the instructions here. So according to this is the right and this is the left. So you'd be facing at it. So right, left. So right and left. So what is huh? Just curious if you're supposed to do this with these off, but you know, seems to be going together pretty good this way. So I wonder if this, I mean, how do these lights even turn on? Oh, we have life. Interesting. All right, 2 more screws. So right, left, and then right and left. Little tiny screws. But careful not to cross thread. One more. I don't know if these are. Yeah, my little screw holder here. I don't know if these are aluminum or metal, steel. Let's see. Steel. So that's where this little thing comes in handy. One more screw. Well, that went easy enough. Sweet. So turn this baby on. Got power on both sides. Again, this is just powered by 4 AA batteries. I believe we're at feet per second. Let me see. On, off, on. Feet per second. I believe it has meters per second, and I'll also display your joules. So I'm curious as to how much lighting I'll need. I have this bright light here. I'll have to see how well it works down here in my basement. But there it is, your little cheap Chinese made chronograph, courtesy of Amazon. So we get the Dan Wesson, and we'll attempt to get some numbers with this for the first time. Hang tight. All right, so I kind of got it set up, and if I need more light, I think this will work. I got these great vents from my furnace, and it just works perfectly with my little magnetic light. And I'm hoping that will give me enough light to get some good readings. So I've never used one of these before, so I'm learning as I go. Like I said, I've seen lots of videos with the chronographs like this. A lot of the Caldwells and the good brands, but I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. So enjoy the trial and error with me, I guess. Hang tight. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. We're just gonna load up the Dan Wesson with some CO2. Pretty cool little package. Comes with a speed loader. And then zoom out. Getting a little too much zoom here. Swing out cylinder. You can either remove the cartridges or just load them individually with your pellets. Whatever your preference is. I believe these resemble 357 cartridges. Now, like I said, these resemble 357 cartridges. Interesting enough, I was just kind of out of curiosity. Here's an actual 357 Magnum. He's out of the way. They're probably gonna roll everywhere. There's an actual 357 Magnum. And this is a 38 Special. Just out of curiosity, 357 Magnum? What? 38 Special, which you can shoot 38 Special through 57 Magnum, but not vice versa. And then normal cartridge. This sticks out a little farther, but they fit. Check that out. Pretty cool. Safety's on. Not that it'll fire anything. There's no firing pins. This will half cock. I don't know. But rotates just fine. Let's see. Pellet cartridge. .38 Special, and then your 357 Magnum, which surprised they actually fit. Interesting. Oh well. Not like you can do anything with them anyways, but I just was curious, so that's pretty cool. Now, on the Dan Wesson revolvers, you just pop off this side grip here. Has its own tightening tool, Allen key, integrated into the grip here. And insert your CO2 cartridge in here, and I'm going to be using the Umarex brand 12 gram CO2 cartridge. I will apply a drop of Craftsman pellet gun oil to the tip. Drops right in. I think this pretty much only goes in one way. Okay, that's good. It's kind of, you can kind of see it's kind of angled, but I don't think it matters which way it goes in. And just, I mean, you could put the grip back on, but before you tighten, actually, and I leave it off just so I can see, make sure everything's okay inside eternally when you tighten it, but it's good. Here, And then to put the grip back on, you got to get it in this little notch right here, this little piece here. Safety back on, it's empty. You know, this is a very nice replica. I mean, just stainless finish, no white lettering. It's got the 357 ASG. Isn't that the European mark for it's under 2 joules or whatever the legal joule limit is for a lot of European nations? Made in Taiwan. A little bit of a serial number there. But these grips are really nice. They're rubberized. Almost like a Hogue, Pachmeyer grips. Combat style. Does have an adjustable rear sight. No white dots or anything. I haven't adjusted these. I think I might have maybe a little bit windage. But these little shorty 2.5-inch snub nose revolvers aren't all that accurate at long distances, so I kind of keep it under probably 10 yards. I mean, you can stretch it out to play with it, maybe to plink some cans, but I don't know how accurate they'll be. Anyhow, I'm gonna shoot some of these. Might do a little accuracy testing with those. I don't know how well these will shoot. The barrel's rifled. Now they did go in. I don't know how they're gonna react going through the barrel, what speed they'll be at, if they'll tumble. I might do some target testing to see if we can get, if they do tumble at all, you'll get what is called keyholing in their targets. So we'll go get ready and we'll do some shooting. I'll be back. Now I have 18 cartridges preloaded with the Crossman lead-free pellets, and I'm also going to shoot 6 of these RWS Hobby pellets. They're 7 grain, just kind of as a control. And again, these Crossmen they're claimed at 5.4 grains. However, I did weigh them, and they come in at from like 5.6 to 5.9 grain. So they're a little heavier than stated. But first, I'm gonna shoot the RWS Hobbies, just to kind of get an idea of what they're shooting at with the lead, and then we'll move up to the Crossman lead-free high-velocity pellets. So here we got 6 all loaded up, and safety is on. It's a little thumb safety. When the safety is applied, it locks everything out, the hammer and the trigger. And then you can see a little red dot for fire, and then the white for safe. So let's get everything turned on, and we'll see if we can get some velocity numbers. The indoor temperature is currently 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and I will be starting out in single action. These first few shots, I think they were coming in at meters per second. So wasn't quite sure. I don't think I had it set right. I mean, it kept showing FPS, but then when I would shoot through it, it would read, looks like meters per second. So I must have did something wrong. What is that? Maybe I misunderstood the instructions, but again, this is my first time using this, so it's all new to me. So yeah, it's reading meters per second. But when you flip it on and off and on, it does show feet per second. So I must have missed something. Anyway, it's just 95 feet per second. I mean, good news is it is reading. So my lighting is good enough. So for everybody that's on the metric scale, well, I guess we're getting some meter per second readings to start out with. Now I figured out what we had to do. You have to turn it on and then hold the mode button down until it blinks, and then it's ready. It switches to blue, which is now I am in feet per second. This is stated in the instructions manual. So let's try this again. 6 shots, RWS Hobbies, 7 grain, lead, in single action. So 323 feet per second. So that was 6 shots of lead RWS Hobbies. Again, 7 grain pellets. I have weighed them, and they are a bit lighter than the 7 grains. Now we'll switch to the Crossman lead-free high-velocity pellets. They are supposed to be 5.4 grain. However, I have weighed them, and they come in between 5.6 and 5.9 grains. And I have 18 of these preloaded. Now, here is the speed loader that comes with the Wesson Revolver by ASG. You just load them up, and then you just push that up and twist it till it locks into place, and it holds them pretty good. Now this is the same CO2 cartridge. I'm not going to change out. I'm just going to shoot till it's empty. So here's the first shot. This is in single action. So this chronograph seems to be reading just fine. Six more shots of the Crossman lead-free high-velocity pellets. Now the numbers will probably lower because of the CO2 cooldown effect. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, the chronograph seems to be reading just fine. I mean, it's giving me numbers, and that's pretty much all I ask. I mean, in the long run, I don't know how long, how well it will keep up. But hey, as long as I can get some velocity numbers, that's all I ask for. Loaded up another 6. I went ahead and reloaded them all with the Crossman lead-free high velocity pellets. So there's been a little bit of a wait period. So the gun should have warmed up by now. So let me just load a few more of these into the speed loader. Very quick. Just like that, you have 6 more shots ready to go. Again, this is in single action. We'll do some double action later. But with the warm-up, the velocity has gone up. We're back into the upper 370s. .387, and it dropped to 363. Loading up 6 more. .356. Back up to 359. And drop down to 348. And then it jumps back up to 363. Loaded up 6 more, and now we'll be shooting with double action. Again, this is the same CO2 cartridge. I haven't changed it out. So that's up to 390, 383, 374, 391. That one didn't read. 378. load up 6 more. I am holding the air gun back about 3 feet from the chronograph, so I don't think I'm getting any vapor readings. I'll just take the rest of these and just load them all up. So I'll be back in a few minutes. This will also allow everything to warm up. But this little rubber detent kind of comes out with these, so they're very tight, but it went right back in, and it'll stay in. But we're just going to shoot up as many as we can on the same CO2 cartridge. Just see how it goes. Even after loading up the plastic Crossman high velocity pellets, the lead-free ones with that plastic sabot, I just wasn't sure how much it would be stretching out the detent, but it seems to still hold in the RWS hobbies very well, so it's just fine. Thumb's getting a little sore from pushing all those pellets in. But here, I got them all loaded up. I think there's 31 total. I bought the extras. It was a 25 pack, but I think I might have got 26 because I think I have one extra. All right, another 6 loaded up with the speed loader. I'm really starting to get a hang of that thing. And again, it will be in double action. And everything warmed back up during the time it took me to reload. We had an enormous jump up to over 420 feet per second. That's back down to 412. 407. 401. So we've broken into the 400 feet per second, range, and now it's dropping again. So now with the rest, we're going to do a little target testing, just kind of see where we're hitting at about 6.5 yards, just to see what kind of accuracy we can get at that range with the high velocity pellets that are being shot through a 2.5-inch barrel. Now if you add the cartridge length from where you put the pellet in, in the back of the cartridge, you probably got at least another inch there of unrifled barreling. So you probably almost have, what, 3.5-inch barrel, I would say. So a little bit of accuracy testing with the Craftsman high velocity lead free pellets, 5.4 grain, and they are 5.6 to 5.9 weight. And this is at about 6.5 yards, and the indoor temperature is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And I will be shooting in single action. And my aim will be right at the bottom of the black circle. I am holding the Dan Wesson at a rested position to try to maintain a constant sight picture, and they don't seem to be very accurate so far. I'm at least hitting the paper, but not many are landing inside the circle itself. I'm just trying to keep the sight, my aim, again, right at the bottom of that black circle, so I can just keep the same sight picture the entire time I'm shooting. So we'll try another target. Some of this may be due to the lowering of CO2 gas in the cartridge. I have shot quite a few rounds through it, so I'm sure the CO2 level is dropping. Plus you have the cool down effect again. This was in double action. A little bit of grouping, still low and to the left. My sight picture was the same, just below the black circle. Let's do a little puncture testing. Penetration. See if we'll go through the bottom of this coffee can. It's just cardboard, and then the bottom of it is tin. I'm not sure how much CO2 is left, so we'll just do 6 shots, see what kind of penetration we get. And I will be shooting in single action. I'm going to wait about 5 minutes, let the Dan Wesson Revolver warm up due to the CO2 cooling effect. Shooting a little bit low, so I think the CO2 is dropping. That's it. I'm empty. We did get some penetration. All 6 shots. The can captured a couple of them. I've noticed the sailboat's kind of flying off in different directions, but the little metal pellet pieces went through. 2 of them landed inside the can. I'm sure the other ones went through. Just we'll unscrew this and see how much gas we have left. Shouldn't be very much. That be it. So we got quite a few shots on one CO2 cartridge, so that's not bad. Again, that was with mostly light pellets, so seemed to shoot pretty good. Very efficient on CO2 gas. Now, I was kind of looking into this barrel. Looks a little dirty with the plastic. I don't know how much residue is in there and the rifling, so I'll have to probably give that a good scrub. By the way, I'm sorry that this video went a little longer than expected. But here you have it, just some velocity testing and some accuracy testing with the Dan Wesson. We're using some RW's Hobbies and then the Craftsman high velocity lead-free pellets. It's a fun revolver. I mean, it looks really nice. It's really shiny with the stainless finish. Only bad thing about it is it really gets really shows up the fingerprints. But get a little wipe down and it's as good as new. So yeah, it shoots pretty good. I mean, the accuracy isn't all that there, but you know, it could work on it some more. You know, maybe find a pellet that it really likes. But I was just curious as to what kind of velocities we can get with the lead-free Craftsman pellets. And then I also wanted to test out my new chronograph. It seemed to work pretty good. Can't complain. So yeah, worked out pretty good, I think. So there you have it. The Dan Wesson 715 2.5-inch barreled revolver. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.